Thanks. Welcome, everybody, to the World Flying Disc Federation World Team Disc Golf Championship in 2024. You are tuning in to the live commentary team here in Perth, Western Australia, in the beautiful hills of Mundaring, east of the city. I am Sue Summers, and this is Laura, who's one of our beautiful volunteers here at the event. So you got an all ladies commentary team for your first game today. This morning we are going to be watching round one, match one in the first game, and it's Australia versus Germany. We've got a pairing of Christopher Wiebe and Patrick Robinson. Christopher Wiebe and Marcia Samolski, doubles pairing with Patrick Robinson and Sarah Lee. So that's MPO and FPO. And on the singles match, you have Luke Bain versus Timo Hartmann. So it's going to be an amazing first match, I dare say, for the live stream. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here commentating for you. So enjoy. We're going to just get our whole flyover for the first hole, which is hole 4 on the 9-hole loop on the Mundaring original course. And so we are looking at what is the long gold hole on the original course, and it's quite a challenging hole. You've got to get out from some narrow trees, like close together trees from the tee pad, and then get out to a clear area, hopefully get a nice landing zone at the mouth of the next part of the fairway, which is split into two before it goes towards the basket. So we're going to have the doubles pairing and the singles pairing, and we're going to have the first group go very shortly. So bear with us. So Laura, you're here to volunteer as we were waiting for the players to get ready to go off. So you've played disc golf?
Indeed, I've played disc golf in France. We call it frisbee, and you can choose this option in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know nowadays, but back then definitely, and it was so nice to learn about it. And now that I get to volunteer and learn a bit more and see a professional,
yeah,
that's so exciting.
Yeah, it is, right? Very exciting. So you're going to see some amazing disc golf here. So yeah, hopefully we'll
Looking forward to that.
yeah, for sure. So there we have in the foreground here, we have Patty and Sarah, and they are heading up to the tee pad. Oh, actually, have they already? No? Let me see where they're at. That's all right. It looks like we've missed the tee off, which is fine. I thought so, because I was like, I'm sure that that's kind of going towards the landing zone. So it looks like Paddy Robinson has maybe had a little bit of an unfortunate kick out, which is very easy to do on this hole 4. And he will be now hoping to get a nice recovery shot into the mouth of the next part of the fairway. Or he may have turned that over a little. Oh no, he's actually done really well. that is drop zone, I believe, for the mandatory, which is on this hole. So bear with me as I get our graphics up. So we're on. We're coming up now to the doubles pairing. Oh no, sorry, this is the singles pairing, beg your pardon. Doubles, I mean. So that's Maciej Sumoski about to do a left forehand into the next landing spot. So that's a really nice upshot out of what would have been, by the look of it, a quite good first tee. Out of it's actually gold hole 7 in the original course, so hole 4 for this 9-hole loop. All right.
Me then.
So I'm just going to get up to date with the. So Luke Bain, if that was his tee shot, that's a really good position. Oh no, that would be Paddy's, sorry. Paddy's recovery shot. So Luke's going for his third throw. All right, so we now have Timo is going for a big throw over the top to get down near the basket, and actually that wasn't too bad. And I'm informed that that was Bainey's second shot just prior. There's Luke Bain and Patty just trying to spruik Team Australia a little bit there. Yeah. Okay, so we now have Christopher Weave taking the next shot after Maciej in the doubles pairing for Germany. Okay, a little early there. He probably would have wanted to get a little bit more of an Anheuser throw. An Anheuser throw is where the disc kind of turns to the right a bit before it fades. There's a few interesting technical terms that I'm sure many of you watching are aware of, that some of you watching may not be aware of. I will try to go through those a little bit. So we have Christopher taking that next shot. Oh, really good bid. But not to be. Sorry, that was Timo, beg your pardon. So Timo, I'm not sure which throw that was because we missed the tee shot, but here we go, Sarah now. I'm not quite getting there either, but that was a really good effort. Maciej is next in the doubles pairing for Germany after she'll be hoping to get what's looking like a putt down to the left, or no, she's actually going to go for another Anheuser, or a curving shot that will go around to the right of the tree and hope to get that one in the bucket. Unfortunately, she's clipped the tree, as you can tell. So it can be quite tricky to get around the obstacles in disc golf, because unlike ball golf or regular golf, we're often on wide fairways.
You need to adapt.
You do need to adapt. So, unfortunately, Luke Bain has not quite made that putt. He would be pretty disappointed with that. That's usually right in his wheelhouse at that range. And I'm sure Paddy would be expecting to make this one as well. Oh, that is unfortunate for Team Australia, for both the singles and the doubles pairings. They've unfortunately missed an opportunity there to all right, so to get that one in. So we're about to find out, having not caught the beginning of the hole, which is a nice putt. Nice putt by Timo. And so we have the singles and the doubles for Germany covered. And there's Bainey, Luke Bain, holing out as well. And Sarah Lee for the Robinson-Lee pairing. Right, so we are going to the next hole now, which is hole number 5. And we are looking at a bit more of a wooded hole on this one. And it is not a super long hole, but a quite challenging par 3. So players will be needing to... actually, I think we had a different flyover for that one than the actual hole that we'd be throwing. So we might have to... We've got a few kinks to iron out, folks. We've been all kind of working very hard to get prepared, and with a small crew. So please do bear with us as we smooth out some of the footage. So we are hole 5 on the 9-hole loop on the Mundaring original course. It is actually originally the hole 8. And the players are going to have to, as we have, I've got the right team on live, yes. That is perfect. We've had a hit of metal, as you can tell, Laura. That's a great outcome. That's a great shot. It's actually out of bounds on the whole golf fairway. That whole open area you can see is all out of bounds. So players are needing to actually throw out of bounds and get right of the flags that you can see there. So it's a challenging one. Right-hand, forehand players with the disc will fade to the right, or backhand, left-handed players. Looks like Bainey's got a good shot there too, but he's a little long, so he'll definitely have a little bit more work to do. He'll have a longer putt to get it in for his birdie. All right, so we now have Matja for Team Germany. And being a left-handed player, she's going to be looking to do a backhand throw, which will leave the disc naturally fading in towards the basket. Let's see if she's going for the bubble, or if she's going... Yeah, easily. She's got the distance for that. Is it going to make it? Yes. What a great throw. That was pretty good too, hey Laura?
It was. They're doing good.
They are doing well, yeah.
Like there's a little bit of stress, but still doing good.
Doing good. Okay, so Paddy is going to elect for a forehand throw. He's got a pretty nice forehand, so I think we should see him with a pretty good shot out here. It's fairly open off the tee. Well, his disc has turned over a bit. And, oh yes, he's just landed in bounds and actually had a nice roll in bounds. So, yeah, he's done well. He's not quite what he wanted. He doesn't look super happy, does he?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, on his face, yeah. Yeah. But sometimes the wind out there can be...
Challenging.
Yeah, challenging. It can be a bit gustier or a bit stronger than you can tell from the tee pad. And I'd say that's what happened there. He probably would have chosen a more stable disc. I'm going to actually, Laura, put you on. I've actually not had you on mic. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Laura
everyone.
is now live with us because we didn't have a microphone on. It's great to hear your voice.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you, Laura.
It's exciting. I'm just
yeah.
happy to be here.
So while they're walking up to their throws, Laura, explain you're actually a volunteer here at the event.
I am.
And you've got some media background as well.
I do.
Yes,
yeah.
but new to disc golf.
No, so that's why it's
Yeah.
even more exciting.
So, and curious, right? You were saying before when I didn't
Curious.
have your microphone on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so who we got out furthest? I'd say it might be Paddy. So I'll wait and see who's actually stepping out to the disc before. Okay, so it's Sarah Lee. Again, like before, a bit of a challenging putt around to the right of the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't surprised to see a really strong bid by Sarah Lee. She's a very strong putter. And that was a really great effort. Okay, so Luke Bain now is next up. He's using his chalk bag, possibly from Tacky Sack, who provided chalk bags for the players. Unfortunately, didn't make that one. Timo now for Team Germany, hoping to get one up.
Nice job.
Excellent part, yes. Nicely done. So I am yet to update the scores. Yeah, fantastic. So I'm just going to check in on the scores there. Did you say what the scores were? Sorry. Yeah, go for it. And if someone give me the scores from the first two, I just missed it. First one. Yep. So we now have hole 6. It's a big sort of open to the right shot, and we should see players trying to do a big, what they call hyzer throw, for those unfamiliar with the term, where it's just for a backhand thrower, right-hand backhand thrower. Yeah, we just hoping to do a big sky shot out to the right.
We can see them getting ready.
Yeah. So first we have, let's see who's teeing off first, will be the singles pairing, I believe. So we're going to see that. Probably just, there we go. Pretty good shot.
Nice.
Probably
one.
a little short though.
Yeah, a little bit.
And all right, we have Luke Bain now.
Getting ready.
Yep. Similar throw. That's looking like it might be. Perfect. Actually, slightly long.
Yeah.
So, but that's well within Luke's putting range. I'd say that the putting's just seeing a little bit of nerves at the moment. So, and that's what's going on there. All right, we have see the whole. The flight of the disc, it's in that kind of angled hyzer configuration, and that's a really lovely drive there from Christopher, teeing off first for the Germany doubles pairing, and now we have Paddy Robinson, who'll be hoping to do something much the same to give Sarah a birdie chance. And yeah, that's a beautiful drive.
Nice one.
Yep.
Nice one.
So Sarah will have a putt that's well within her capability. So yeah, well done for both teams. So what are you thinking so far of this high-level disc golf? Laura, we were talking before when the microphone wasn't on, my bad. That you were looking forward to seeing some high-level disc golf, having not
I
only played sort of school level, right?
Right,
disc golf
right.
and ultimate. Have you played both of those, or
Just regular
yeah?
disc
Yeah,
golf,
sure.
and it was a great experience for sure. But looking forward to see professionals. It is so cool, and everybody's so happy to be here.
I know,
and
right?
flying to Australia.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. It's very cool. All right. So a little bit of a walk down the hill. We have one of the golf course sand greens there. Those are all out of bounds for disc golfers. So they are ideally not where you want to land on any shot. And all the volunteers have marked those out with line marker paint too, so they're all nicely delineated from the inbounds areas. So we have, okay, so unfortunately we have an out of bounds throw there. So that yellow line there that you can see the disc is just inside of, which is very unfortunate, is actually out of bounds. So there'll be a penalty stroke applied to Timo's throw, and so he's now hoping to make it for a par 3.
Mm.
And he makes it beautifully. So yeah, pretty skillful, these guys, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, nicely done.
And you really need to be focused and stay focused.
Yes, absolutely.
It's challenging.
It is.
And adapt with the weather conditions.
That's right. That's right. In disc golf, because you're often just needing to be really still and focused and yeah, it can be a challenge, especially when mental
Definitely.
fatigue gets in or nerves.
Yeah.
It can actually.
Plus managing your stress as well.
Yes. All right, Matcha is going to. Now try for a birdie putt. Oh, unfortunately, no, not on this occasion.
Close, close.
Close. It was close. She definitely. It was just a little to the left. Got some chains though. Luke Bain is hoping to use his usually very accurate putting skills to get a birdie here and take the hole in the singles pairing. And he does.
Nice.
So that is
Good job.
that is one up for Australia. So bringing that back to even for the singles. Sarah Lee now for a birdie. Yes.
Good.
Not a problem for Sarah. She's, as I said, an excellent putter, as you could tell by that previous effort around the tree on hole 5. Okay.
She definitely know her game. So.
Yes. All right, so I believe that
On to the next.
all right, now we have hole 7. And this is quite a challenging hole. The distance on hole 7 is, it's about 140 meters, I'm trying to remember, but it's uphill. Actually, it's longer than that. I don't have the maps in front of me at the moment, but it's an uphill hole, and you've got to go round to the right and then into the left and in the tree line. So it's definitely a little treacherous.
Yeah, a bit tricky.
And players will be showing their technical ability on this hole. So we'll see how they go. We're just waiting for the players to get to the hole and the camera crew to get in place. So how long have you been here in Australia, Laura?
It's been 6 months.
6
and
months?
So far, so good because I'm French.
Yes,
And
we missed that because from before.
Yeah, coming
Yeah.
from Orléans.
Orléans.
If people knows Donovark City, she came to deliver House City. And yeah, so far so good. I love Aussie people. So nice. Back at it again.
Great. Yeah. Oh, it was great to have you here. I'm glad you're here to join us for this.
Thank you for having
enjoying
me.
Australia?
Yeah, I am.
Excellent. All right. So now we have Luke Bain, who won the last hole. He'll be doing a forehand throw here. Trying to get past that white tree you see on the right. You want to get up into the fairway, and he has done that really well. Sometimes you probably want to land a little left of there, but he's done great. It's a par 4, this one. So he still has a chance at birdie. And Timo going for opting for a backhand, which means they've got to. It actually means you can actually get it sometimes a bit further down on this hole because the disc has have a flight pattern that can actually match the hole where it can go over and then fade to the left towards the hole a bit more. So I dare say we're going to see Timo with.
Lee's getting ready.
Yeah, Sarah is getting ready to do a backhand as well. So she's going to hope to do a similar curve to the right and hyzer throw, which will then fade left. Unfortunately, she's hit that white tree that I was referring to and has gone behind some of the trees to the left. As I said, it's technical, this one. You've kind of got to get the speed and the angle just right so that the disc kind of goes past that white one on the right and goes uphill, and it's a really good one. It's a fun one. Okay, so Matcha is going for a backhand, so probably looking at a hyzer throw.
Yeah.
Which is with the disc kind of...
Nice.
Yeah, that looks great. The disc kind of goes in one angle all the way around, the same angle that it's fading on, and she's done great. She's in a good placement there. Sarah will be a bit pinched off, so I'd say we're going to see Paddy Robinson first up for the next shot. So we got the Team Australia caddies there all helping out. And Cassie Sweden is the Australian team captain. She has a moon boot on, the result of a little mishap during the practice days. So she actually broke her foot or ankle. So she's now being a champion and coming out and supporting Team Australia. Probably having a bit of a struggle to get around the course, but she's out there. So
she's doing it.
She's doing it. She's not letting that stop her. She's she's a bit of commentary there between Caddy and
Shout out
Pat.
to her.
Shout out to Leah, who's caddying for Patrick. So Leah has actually stepped in as a player in place of Cassie. She was on a Team Australia squad and lives in Perth, so it was, it was really handy for Team Australia to have a female to be able to step in. So Paddy is going to be doing a backhand shot. He's got definitely a quite tricky technical shot.
Nice job.
Nice job. And I'd say we'll have the doubles Germany pairing coming up next. Is that Christoph going next? You can hear a little bit of the bird life as we get that long shot of the playing group. I think you've got a few crows crowing out here. The sound of the Australian crow is different to France, is it?
It is.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. And it's so nice to see the difference.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so actually we have Timo going next. He's a little pinched off to get his next shot in, so he's going to have it's going to be challenging to get birdie, but he's actually managed to get through.
Wow.
What I know is a very wooded area, so that is a fabulous effort. Is that the disc there stuck in the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for a fact that it can be very hard if you're pinched off like that. You're going through a lot of trees, so he's done an amazing job.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Luke's going to hope to get in through the trees, crush the trees and get up to the basket, which is a bit protected there. He's going through the main channel. Unfortunately, got a kick to the left all those trees with the, for those who don't know, grass trees, or balga, is known by the local Noongar Aboriginal people. They're a very spiky kind of tree, and you really don't want to have to be throwing from in there because they can actually spike your skin and give you a little bit of an infection. So, yeah, it's kind of, he's kind of landed in a spot you try to avoid, but I'm sure he will be able to make his par from there. All right, so we have Christoph next. Going for the second throw for Team Germany doubles after Marcher's really good drive. He's just got a little bit of work to do, but he'll be wanting to either go through the gap that Timo went for. He's not quite made it through to the basket area, so he's probably going to be going for par. He's going for 4. Oh, sorry, that was Timo. So Timo is, yeah, going to be looking at, probably looking at a par for that. So we'll see how it plays out, because both Luke and Timo are looking like
Sarah.
It's going to be tricky to have a birdie for that, but then there's anybody's game then. So Sarah's going to be doing a forehand turnover shot. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Nice. Oh, wow. Yeah.
What a great shot.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's doing great.
She's doing great.
She's doing great.
Such a strong player. I had the pleasure of caddying for Sarah in Croatia in 2022, and she's just the nicest person. She has a very heavy bag, but just such a dedicated and strong player. So Team Australia are going to be doing well, having Sarah's skills. All right. So Timo now hoping to get a birdie here with a long putt in. Oh, what an excellent, excellent effort there. You can't ask for better than that, apart from it going in. So that means Luke has a chance to get one up on this hole if he can manage to putt it in from what is actually a really tricky spot in amongst the trees. So
it is, definitely.
Yeah.
You really need to stay focused.
Yes, absolutely. He's got a bit of foliage to clear away from his lie by the look of it. Or bricks, sticks and maybe rocks there. There's a bit going on in the rough over there. So do you think he's looking to do a forehand through, Laura? The way he's using his hand like that? Yeah. So Aaron Morton is Australia's player manager and Luke's caddy. He has just really speedily just gone for a forehand throw in there, and those balga or grass trees are occluding the shot, so we'll have to wait and see how he actually fared. But both Luke and Timo are going to be going for a par, so it'll be a matter of who gets that putt in. So I'd say Luke's really going to have to make this in order to have a chance at squaring this hole or making it even, if they both get it for 4. So this is an important putt for Team Australia to even the hole, given that Timo is likely not very far away. And he makes it.
Nice.
So that will be no doubt even, seeing that Timo is likely to putt that in very easily. Okay, so Marcia now has a slightly obstructed putt, but it's just checking that the stance is okay with the other players on the opposing team.
Nice.
Amazing putt. And there's Timo for squaring it up for the singles. All right, so the singles are even, and the doubles, I believe so as well on that one. And we're now going to hole 8. So we're now on our 5th hole in for the match. And this hole is requiring players to come out from between those trees. And we've got a big fairway here, but there's a yellow line there you can see, which to the right of that is out of bounds. So players are going to want to land somewhere around here or a bit further along if they can, and then do their second shot coming into the basket here in the tree line. And it's a par 4 with, I think a good chance for everybody to make a birdie on this one.
It is.
Yeah. So as long as they don't have a bit of a strong wind out there, if they're doing a backhand and have the disc what's called turnover, which means that it can curve too much to the right.
We don't want that.
We don't want that because
We don't
it's
want
going to land in OB or out of bounds. So welcome to anybody who's listening, anyone else who's tuning in who is new to disc golf especially. I'm hoping to explain some of the shots and some of the technical terms. And
you're doing great, by the way.
Well, thank you, Laura. So for Laura's benefit, who is new to, fairly new to disc golf and definitely to a high-level professional disc golf, and to many of the viewers out there that might be watching.
Which is so interesting also.
Oh, it is, right? Yeah. Luke Bain is going for a backhand. He's going to be doing exactly what we talked about, trying to get the disc to turn to the right a bit, but then fade left. And he looks like that's a really great shot.
Nice.
He's definitely well clear of the out of bounds area. And so he's going to be well positioned to get his second shot near to the basket and then be tapping it for a birdie. All going well.
By the way, you got to stay hydrated.
You do. Yeah, I've got my water over here. We've got water out on the course for players. So they'll be keeping hydrated, hopefully, as well. All right. How's he going? So Timo has thrown out with a bit of hyzer throw, but then he's using probably what's called a flippy disc, which means it will quite quickly curve to the right. I couldn't quite see the disc there, but by the way the camera angle was going towards the out of bounds area, maybe he's gone out of bounds. So let's just, we'll see that outcome soon. Marcia is now...
They're really taking their time.
Yeah, taking her time to make sure she's making use of that left channel with her left-hand backhand. Unfortunately, she may have landed out of bounds, which is always a risk when you are... It's hard to tell. We want to wait and see as well. for her throw. But yeah, when you have the disc fading back in towards the out of bounds area, that's always a risk. So with her throw that she did, Paddy's going with the same throw that Timo and Luke did, a backhand throw, and he's landed in a great spot right near the recreation hole for this, or tee for this hole. So Mundaring Sporting Club has 3 or 4 tee positions for each hole, so that you can have beginners play some around. You can have intermediate and advanced players.
That's nice.
Yeah, so there are different options for people. So you can come out to the course and play whatever course you're feeling like playing on the day. If you want to challenge yourself, you play the holes that our world champion team players are playing. Okay, so let's find out if anyone went out of bounds. Fingers crossed nobody did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking good. So as I suspected, March's throw has gone out of bounds, and Timo's. Oh, no, March's throw has gone out of bounds. So we have Christoph really wanting to get his disc all the way down to where the basket is. Now that he's throwing for throw number 3 with the penalty applied to that first drive.
Not sure? What time is it?
No, it's in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night.
It's
1 o'clock. Absolutely. Tuesday going to be on in the clouds, you know. Maybe.
Is he wanting to call home? For some throwing advice? I didn't quite catch it, why he was wanting to know the difference of the time zones between home and here, I'd say. So forehand throw in towards the basket, hoping to, it's gone quite wide, but he definitely looks like he's on track to get near the basket. Yeah, and
Wow.
you can't do much better than that.
Yeah. Nice job with you.
So who will be up next? The tinge of green that we had on the course until very recently is starting to fade off. We've still got a little bit there. We've had some late rains here in Perth, but it's usually pretty brown at this time of year, so we've been lucky to have a little bit of colour out there.
Yeah.
Thanks to some late rain. And the birds are all singing.
I feel like the conditions are good because the previous week it was so warm and it could be challenging with the heat.
Some of the practice days, players found it quite challenging.
Yeah.
Sarah Lee going to try and get in towards the basket for an easy birdie throw from Paddy. She's had a nice little friendly kick off the tree to put her in front of that tree, so that's great. That'll give Paddy a challenging but definitely possible putt for him. As you can see, he's not too far from the basket. He should be able to make that. Which means Australia's looking quite good for a win on this hole, given that Marcha and Christoph went had an out of bounds throw. Right, so Luke Bain now getting ready to throw from that wide landing zone. He's opting for a forehand and a little, I guess, wide or to the right of the basket, giving him a little bit more work to do, or giving, I'd say he's got it in the bag though. Yeah, that's really an easy part for him. But as long as that focus is there, right?
Right.
Timo kind of looks a little wider, but he's a little closer to the basket. He's just a little deeper in the tree line, which kind of narrows as you go towards this hole. He'll be wanting to, he won't really have a problem with that sand green there on the left, you can see, with the forehand throw. He's wanting to curve around those trees and does a great upshot there.
Yeah.
Should be an easy bird for him too. So I'm looking like Australia on the singles being pretty even on this one again. Yeah. Paddy preparing to go in for his shot. Okay, so we've got Luke Bain up first. He's just inside the circle, I think. So 10 metres is usually not a problem for Luke. Let's see what's nerves. All right, Bain, if he keeps his focus there. Nice, yep, as predicted, he made the putt. As you can see, the wind, there's definitely a bit of wind, so when putting, as with
There
any
is.
throw, it can be challenging. And there's it looks like a tailwind, thanks to the basket flags that were provided. Funding was provided by the Shire of Mundaring to us for those. And we've got Paddy Robinson now, hoping to make what should be an easy putt for him. Oh no. Bit too far to the right. But he'll still be going for par, and so will Matcha and Christoph. So unfortunately, Australia missed a chance to go one up on this, to go up on this hole. That's a pretty close putt for Matcha. So with the minimal amount of tailwind, I don't think she's going to have a problem. Nah, an easy tap in. Have Timo also tapping in his birdie, so even across the board, I believe. All right, we are now going to hole 9, the last hole on this loop, and we've got our flyover coming for hole 9, which is on the original Mundaring original layout is the white hole 12, which is a beginner or recreational hole. We've included this one in the World Team Disc Golf Championship with 2024 because it's a technical hole. It's actually quite tricky, even though it's shorter than the more challenging Pro Gold line. It's still quite a challenge, and anyone can really get a good shot here. And you've got not such a long distance as the gold hole, which is from all the way around the corner. You can see the basket right there, but it's downhill. You've got a sand green right near the basket, which is out of bounds.
Okay,
You
there's
don't
still
want
a
to hit
little bit
that.
of challenge.
And also, if your disc skips, it can actually go skipping all the way down the hill and into out of bounds behind the basket. So, yeah, all the players are going to have a fair chance at this one, getting a birdie in two for this par three. But, yes, anyone could also get into some trouble. So another technical fact is that players must always score at the next tee pad. They can't sort of stand around the basket they've just thrown on and score there, because you've got to keep the basket clear for the next players that are coming behind you. So that's why they're all scoring now. So Luke Bain going for a backhand here. There's a mandatory, as you can see, a big red M in the distance on the right, and that's a mandatory. They need to go left of that tree that protects the fairway of the first hole they started on, actually. He'd be a bit left of where he wanted to be. Sadly, I think he's landed on the sand green. I can hear by the clap of his hand that he's not happy with that shot, understandably. He just didn't quite get as much, I guess, power or spin on that disc. I'd say what he was trying to do was curve it around to the right more and then come around to the back of that sand green, but unfortunately didn't quite get there. Very technical. Timo is probably going the same way, unless he goes a little long. Actually, no, he's actually done well. I think it should be safe. All right. So apparently Timo is on the green. So unfortunately he has gone out of bounds as well. So both of them are in the same position. So Christoph is choosing to lay up, which means go short of the basket, because he can see that obviously it's not. It's quite tricky to actually get down near the basket without landing on that sand green, going by the efforts of the singles players. Sarah would no doubt be doing the same. She'll be, and that looks great. She's going to just miss that mandatory. She's fine. She's just kind of near the drop zone of the mandatory. So that's the area that the players will throw from if they've missed that mandatory. Then they go to the drop zone to throw the next throw with the penalty. But fortunately, neither of the doubles tee-off players have had any penalty area there, so that's great for them. Nice cool day, cool morning out there today, right?
It is.
Laura?
It is. And on this one, we can clearly see that some choose security rather than taking too much risk.
Yes, that's right. So this is I think the first time that there has been a professional live stream of the World Flying Disc Federation World Team Disc Golf Championship event. So we're really, really pleased to be working with Parked Media to provide this live stream service for you and coverage. So thank you so much to Parked Media. Patty, hoping to get an easy up to the basket there. Just made it over that little burn for a beautiful upshot right near the basket. So it'll be an easy tap in for Sarah. So we'll have Marcia next. Now Marcia with a back, if she's going to choose a backhand with being left-handed, she's actually going to have an easier time getting to the basket because the ground actually slopes away down the hill. So if you're doing a backhand, right-handed backhand, it can actually then skip down the hill. But she's actually not going to find it as challenging in that way, but she still will have the out of bounds behind the basket to be mindful of. But she does a beautiful shot near the basket.
Yeah,
So
very close.
yes, both the doubles are looking at putting in for 3. And yeah, as we mentioned before, unfortunately both of the singles players, Timur and Luke, have gone out of bounds. They've placed their markers near the out of bounds line there. You can actually take your marker anywhere up to 1 metre away from the out of bounds area in any direction. Luke's giving himself a little bit of relief to make sure he's going to try and get it in, because both these guys will be probably trying to make a bid for the basket. He did make a good bid, unfortunately didn't make it. So Timo has an opportunity to get one up. But this is a long putt, right, Laura?
It is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good bid, but a little short. Looking like it's going to be even for the singles players. So they're definitely going to take this game all the way to the end, I would say, on both pairings. If, oh no, that's not out of bounds, it's just, it's closer than 1 metre away from the out of bounds area, which means that Christoph is just bringing it a little closer to the basket, which is something you can do in the rules. Yes,
Nice.
and he gets one in for Team Germany. Nicely putted, Christoph. And now Sarah.
Bothered by the flies.
What's that?
Bothered by the flies.
Bothered by the flies,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, Sarah. Yes.
Good.
Good
job.
A great putt by Sarah to even it up.
She's getting it.
She's getting it. She's doing really well. And so it's looking like it's going to be all even for both groups of players, both the singles and the doubles. Luke taps it in for Australia. Timo, no doubt, can do the same. Yeah. So did I mention before that this is how match play works, Laura? Well, I don't know. We've come in kind of without any notes today. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of volunteer work going on, and so match play. I did.
Yeah.
I did. Fantastic. Thank you. So we are now going to hole 1. We're going to see the flyover for hole 1. You got this narrow group of trees there. I'm not sure we're on the right hole, to be honest. Hang on, let's hold off and wait a second. But with this hole, you've got to get into the mouth of, make your landing place, like sort of in the mouth of that new group of trees. And then choose your direction left or right. However, we are actually not playing that hole this time. Oh, no, we are, beg your pardon. Yes, this is that hole. So what the players are trying to do get out of this narrow sort of gap here, fairly narrow gap here, and out into the clearing, and then make it hopefully into the next set of trees. In the mouth of the clearing there. So Luke Bain is looking at a forehand by the look of it. Beautifully makes it out of the first group of trees and actually has done a good job getting out to the right of the mouth of the opening there. Alternately, Timo is going to do a backhand throw, which means he needs his disc to curve around to the right before fading in towards the... yeah, and he does beautifully there. He's landed in the perfect landing area that you want to go. I think Luke was a little right because his disc would have faded to the right there. So let's see what Marcia chooses to do. Yep, she's going backhand. So she'll be similarly wanting to get her disc to curve a little bit to the left before fading around to the right, so she has a good look at the basket from the opening. And that's exactly what she's doing. That is amazing. That puts her in a good spot. Sarah, looking to do backhand. She may be going, yeah, maybe not. Oh no, she did great. That's actually perfect because she's right on the tee pad of the blue or intermediate advanced tee pad for this hole. So she's actually done a perfect shot there. So really well done, Sarah. So, as I said before, that they're probably going to be going the full number of holes, and they definitely are going to, because we're at hole 1 and we started on 4, so we've only got another couple of holes after this one. So in match play, if somebody wins more holes than there are holes left to play, or is up more holes than there are holes left to play, then they don't need to keep playing. So, but as it turns out, our teams are really keeping it quite even, and so yeah, it's still anybody's. So they're going to take it right to the 9th hole, which will be hole 3. And Paddy with that lovely shot by Sarah, setting him up perfectly to choose one of these 2 gaps. You can see there's kind of 2 channels there, Laura, right? So the basket is actually in behind the end of that group of trees in the middle. So he's choosing the right lane. Oh, he got stopped by a tree. Not exactly what he wanted, do you think, going by that face?
Yeah, clearly.
As I thought, Luke is, because of the forehand fading out to the right a bit, he's a bit pinched off to the right. There's a manna tree, you can sort of see that red colour on the tree to the kind of right. Not Luke, sorry. This is Christoph now. And he is a bit pinched off. He needs to go left. What a very spectacular throw. He did so great to get down there
He
with
did.
what was an interesting looking throw. It could have been a thumber or something like that, which saw the disc kind of spin in the air, twist in the air a bit.
Super solid play.
All right, so
Chatting.
all right, so Luke is, as I mentioned, quite wide there. I knew he'd landed somewhere out there. He's got to get left of the mandatory tree. And I think he kind of made it through to the fairway. Did you see the disc there, Laura? It's a bit tricky to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
He missed. He hit a tree or something, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Timo is kind of a bit pinched off as well. It's not hard for that to happen on this hole. It's definitely a challenging one.
Wow, you really get to adapt.
You do.
Oh, unfortunately, hit the tree.
Yes. But he's landed at least in an open area.
It
there,
wasn't
I think.
easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It's never easy for him in there.
Yeah.
Alright, so Luke's chatting with his caddy, Aaron. He's for his third shot, he's got a bit of a challenging one again. Yeah, and he's pulled it off from a tricky spot, so well done, Luke. All right, and Timo had a bit of an unfortunate tree hit trying to get out of that tricky spot, but he's got a pretty open look to get his upshot near the basket on his third shot,
It should be okay.
which he
Oh.
was going for a putt. Sorry, I couldn't see the basket. It was right behind the tree, but he was definitely go for a putt then. So both of the singles players are going for par with this hole being a par 4. So it's looking like neither Germany or Australia are going to be up on this hole in the singles pairings. Who said disc golf was easy? All right, Matcha. Oh, what a great bid by Matcha. Amazing work.
Lovely putt.
Yeah,
They are
some
cheering
love
her.
for her there,
Nice.
for that great effort.
It was.
Have you ever tried to do a disc golf putt before, Laura?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can probably appreciate then how tricky that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sarah has quite a long putt too. Great effort. Also got medal, but sadly not in. Alright, so we have Luke going for a pretty standard putt for him. Easy peasy. Paddy, drop in putt. And there we go with Christoph as well. Marta had got it nice and close for him. So there they are, all even again on that hole. And now we're up to hole 2, our second last hole. This one is a really tricky shot, Laura. They've got to weave the disc down this line of trees that curves around to the right and then opens out a bit as you get towards the basket. So yeah, they're gonna have their work cut out for them on this one. The right-hand backhand players will be attempting to do one of those turnover shots where they do the Anheuser throw, where this, as you can see, it's going to need to curve pretty exactly around to the right, and then hopefully go right enough that it can then fade down towards the basket. This is a par 3, and it's certainly possible. It's 100 metres, so it's definitely within range for all of these players. But with that narrow tree line, it's just, it's no easy task. So we're looking forward to seeing these players step up and
We are.
try and make that very, very technical and tricky line. Some players opt to do a forehand to mainly just get around that corner and land in the right-hand area, but Luke's going to go for gold and try and get that beautiful S line that we hope to see. And the magpies are warbling him on in the background. Okay, so he's not made that turn. As you can see, it didn't curve around to the right and follow that line. But there are still some open spaces out on the left there, even though it doesn't look like it from the camera angle right now. So Luke having gone first probably gives Timo a chance to understand the wind conditions out there a little bit, so he can maybe put a little bit more on the disc to get a chance of... And that's what happens sometimes when you put a bit more on the disc because your opponent has faded left. You end up going a little too much and you hit that tree on the right there. So, not to be the perfect drive for those guys, but let's see how Christoph goes. Oh, he's actually managed to, he's managed to do it.
Good job.
Really, really well done, Christoph. That's the magic line. Paddy's going to try and replicate that. Or do something very similar. You know what? He's gone to the right too far, but he didn't hit that tree that Timo hit, which means he still may actually be in a good position for a putt. Nice. Thank you to Disconnection, who have sponsored this tee. There also are putting practice area sponsors.
Wow.
And big ups to Reese, Velius,
Yeah, definitely.
Disconnection. And he actually, I think he bought the rights to this hole, which is actually belongs to Lotus Kingston, but for a few discs to get his signage up here. So thanks, guys, for working together and getting some, nice Nice signage and nice colour out there for the
They're looking
players.
good.
Yeah. So we have Timo hoping to get through those trees. I niced him. Oh, I didn't nice him. I wished him well for getting through the trees, and then he hit them. That's the thing in disc golf, Laura. We call it nicing each other. If someone does a throw and you say nice, and then they hit something, then we joke that it's actually the fault of the person who said nice. So he's going to be taking his third shot, and really going to be having a pretty challenging time trying to get in the basket for that, so he's just laying up. Not too happy about that one, I think, but yeah. So as you can see, they're in the bushes, but there's definitely some clear areas in there, yeah?
Yeah.
So at this point, just to give you an update on the scores, we have the singles pairings, Timo Hartmann and Luke Bain, even on 0. And we have the doubles pairings, Germany up by 1. And a really nice upshot there. I think that was by Marcha, but I'm not quite sure. I didn't quite see. And Luke now just putting it up for a par because he's actually going to be an easy win because Timo had an unfortunate tree kick, which means that all right, so Marcha hoping to get this one in. Oh, unfortunately, a little low, a little right. I think it was a little higher. It certainly would have gone in. Wasn't too far right. So we now have Luke Bain up by 1. And Germany up, Marcha and Christopher up by 1. So 1 each for Germany and Australia in this grouping. Now we have hole 3, which is our last hole. It's a par 3. The players have to go left of the mandatory, and that's quite challenging to get through all those trees.
Yeah.
The hole used to go play out to the right, but now players have got to go left of the tree and through quite a challenging little line there.
Yeah.
So I've seen people throw both right hand, backhand, and right hand, left, or forehand here. So it's yeah, you could see a variety of lines here from players trying different shots to get through all these trees. There's just lots of trees, and there's not one line. There's lots of different lines they can go. So
Which is interesting.
yeah, you never know what people are going to go for here.
So tell us, Sue, what is your relation to disc golf?
What's that? Sorry.
What is your relation?
Oh, my relationship to
yeah.
disc golf?
Yeah.
I actually started playing ultimate disc sports in 2011, and so I came to disc golf through ultimate.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got started playing in 2015, and really just took to it. Yeah, got hooked. So it's yeah, I played for world team event, club event for ultimate, and
Amazing.
I've actually had the privilege of also playing for in world teams disc golf as well. So yeah, it's something that I really enjoy doing. So we have Luke Bain will be going first on hole 3, the final hole for this game and for this match. You've got players playing all over the course, both the Mundaring World and new Mundaring World and this Mundaring Original course, all playing in game 1. So we've got 8 matchups, or 8 cards going around. Luke's going for a forehand here. As I said, there's many ways to go on this hole. He's actually done amazingly.
Good job.
Yeah, I've seen people do that before with a forehand, and he's just laced it. Well done, Luke. Timo is going to be throwing a backhand, and it's just gone right into it.
Oh.
No way.
Oh.
Oh, wow. And he's pretty much done the same thing, but with a backhand. Beautifully done.
It's nice to see the different approaches.
Right,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. In many ways to the basket. Christoph going for a backhand as well. Unfortunately, by the sound of that, he's had a tree kick. So Paddy choosing a different disc. It looks like he's holding a mid-range. No, it's a driver. The drivers have the pointy edge on it there, Laura. So here we go, backhand throw for him. It's a little bit of a flip up. He's a bit low, so that means he's not super close to the basket. It would be a very tricky birdie for Sarah.
He gave himself a little bit of a challenge.
He did. Now he's given Sarah a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the players have pretty much making short work of this hole. They've just gotten on with it, and it's a shorter hole, but certainly challenging. So. All right, as you can hear, Marcia there saying she's going to do an Anheuser. So she's throwing a backhand and wanting the disc to curve around the tree and flatten out by the basket. With any luck, it might go in. You never know. Going to the right of those trees would be the percentage shot. She's going to have a bit of obstruction trying to go left of that big tree, so that's what she's attempting to do. And does it oh, beautifully. She just had a little bit too much of the actual Anheuser angle on that throw, which meant it curved too soon and it hit the tree. Bit of consultation between the doubles Australia. Sarah is just doing an upshot. And that would have been probably the call. Do I run it or do I just go up to the basket?
Big question.
Yeah, because if you do run it, depending on the hole, and this one is definitely one of those, there's a risk of the disc scooting further away and making it a difficult comeback
You don't
putt.
want that.
No,
Definitely.
better to match a hole than to lose a hole. All right, and Christoph also has a challenging putt. He's now got a chance to get one up for Germany. Unfortunately, doesn't make it, but that's all right. They're going to square it out, and they're gonna take it anyway. Timo gets his putt in, and Bainey, nice work, fellas. Bainey won that match. So well done to Australia and Bainey,
Well
and Luke
done.
Bain, in winning that one. Marcha hoping to just get this easy putt in. Not that any putt is easy. You never know. Yeah, she gets that. She gets that one. Nice work, teams. All right. So there you have it.
Good start of the day.
Good start of the day, Laura, with a point, a win to each of both Australia and Germany on that one. So a nice outcome for our first game.
Right.
So that's your first taste of live stream World Flying Disc Federation 2024 World Team Disc Golf Championships. You've got a win to each of Germany and Australia on that one, with the doubles pairing of Wiebe Samowski getting one up on that one, and with Luke Bain getting one up for Australia in the singles match for the mixed pro division. So, yeah, how did you like that, Laura? What did you think of the
Cool.
game? Was it so cool?
It was nice.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sue, for all the informations.
Yeah,
So,
my
great.
pleasure, my pleasure. We're going to hope to iron out some of the little glitches we've had getting started on the live stream, folks, so thanks for your patience.
Thank you.
But, the disc golf is stellar, so there's nothing to worry about there. Really great to see the teams, Germany and Australia, kicking off as well as the other teams out there on the course for round one, game one. And hopefully everyone's having a great time out there. And we're going to have our next game coming live at 10:30 a.m. So stay tuned and go to the website wtdgc.live and click on the schedule there, and you will be able to scroll down, you'll be able to see the red icon next to the game, next to the match in game 2, which indicates that the game is being live streamed. So yeah, go to wtdgc.live, click on schedule, scroll down to the game 2 at 10:30 a.m. and you'll find the game that's being live streamed, which is, let me clarify that for you. In game 2, we will have Latvia versus the People's Republic of China.
Exciting.
Very exciting. People's Republic of China being in the World Team Disc Golf Championships for the very first time ever. So we are so excited to have all our new teams here. And so seeing China play Latvia, some World Teams veterans, will be a real treat. So tune into that at 10:30 a.m.
What a day.
What a day, yeah. I hope you're enjoying the live stream.
We are.
Yeah, I am.
I am.
We are. If you have any feedback or commentary or anything you want to say about the games and the teams, and yeah, feel free to chat in the YouTube link. We're actually going live out on Parked Media YouTube, and also we'll be giving you more details of where else you can catch the action. So yeah, I'm Sue.
I'm Laura.
And enjoy the rest of the event.
And stay tuned.
Stay tuned.